In the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 27, and we'll start with the 7-limb prayer. Page 27. Gosun gupe gone chatselo ngsham yi tu churti malubu tomene sadi tun tam cheshag kepa gewanam la sheirang korwa matom baru le june drola cheki kolo korwa dang da shengen an jan chu Chenpo. Now turn to page 97. And we'll chant the short mandal offering at the bottom of the page. Saji perki shushin metog tamri rablinshi nidegyen padi sangye jingdu mikte uwa yidrokunam dak jinla chirparshog jetsu lama dampa kyenam kichukukala kense chujinti jita tsampe dujezima lazab gecherki charpa wabtuso idam guru ratamandalakam niryatayami.
Maybe Lamula 21 praises.
Oh, we say those first. Okay. So turn to page 191. We'll chant the praises to the 21 Taras, as requested by Geshe and also by Lama Zopa Rinpoche to remove obstacles to the light of the path retreat. From your sublime abode at the Potala, O tower born from the green letter tongue, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the 3 times, Tara, please come with your tenants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara. You who rescue all who are destitute, to you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Oh, my prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of the earth's true-born lotus. Homage she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with thy race resplendent as a 1,000-star collection. Homage golden blue and lotus, water-born and hand-adorned, giving effort calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit. Not all my conqueror's children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with their feet the seven worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage worshipped by the All-Lord, Shakyamuni Buddhia, honored by the hosts of spirits, corpusers, Gandhavas, Yakshas. Homage with their chet and pe sound, destroying post-magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right and blazing in a raging fireplace. Homage to the very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions. She with frowning lotus visage, who was sayer of all enemies. Homage at the heart, her fingers adorn her with three jewel mudra. Light with masses all excited, all directions fields adorn her. Homage, she's so joyous, radiant, crowning emitting garlands of light. Mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned crescent, moon on her most shining. Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out her light eternal. Homage, she with wreath ablaze like eon ending fire abiding. Raisha flip and joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it. Scowling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Freezes whom in knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage today with seed letter, of the shape of syllable whom. By something shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hair mic moon of Deva-like form, with spice-spoken Tara MP, totally dispelling poison. Homage, she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in our joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage, she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with Saisara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating power by the set of 3 natures, just so spirits yakshas, and raise corpus supreme ture. These praises, Ruturu mantras, and prostrations are start 21. The prayer of benefits is on page 190. Whoever is endowed with devotion for the goddess and recites this with supreme faith, remembering at dawn upon awakening in the evenings, will be granted all fearlessness, will perfectly pacify all negativities, and will eliminate all unfortunate migrations. The multitudes of conquerors will quickly grant initiation. Thus endowed with this greatness, one will eventually reach the state of a Buddha. If affected by the most terrible poison, whether ingested, drunk, or from a living being, just by remembering will one be thoroughly cleansed. If this prayer is recited 2, 3, or 7 times, it will pacify all the sufferings of torments caused by spirits, fevers, and poisons, and by other beings as well. If you wish for a child, you will get a child. If you wish for wealth, you will receive wealth. All your wishes will be fulfilled and all obstacles pacified. Judon soki chonam la janchu badu dani kapsuchi dagi chunyengi pesunam gi dola penchu sangetu pasho. Judon soki chonam la janchu badu dani kapsuchi dagi chunyengi pesunam gi dola penchu sangetu pasho. Judon soki chonam la janchu badu dani kapsuchi dagi chunyengi pesernam gi dola penchu sanketu pasho.
Good evening. Welcome back to the class. Maybe a 5-minute introductions. 5 minutes or 5 minutes.
Welcome back. back. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I hear you like to come back from foreign countries.
Too soon. Oh yeah, thank you very much. So now back to the mm, mm. So this particular mind training text is composed by Lama Tsongkhapa. Lama Tsongkhapa, probably around 600 years ago. So the title, Lojong Nyenga Daji. So I think Chugila translated this. Sound ornament on the mind training poem composed by Lama Tsongkhapa. That's probably, I think, good translations. Lojong Nyenga Daji. So first here, one questions. Are there three statues with the yellow head behind the thrones associated with the Manjushri Chenresi Bhajarpani? Statue behind the throne, there's a central one called Lama Tsongkhapa, and the author of this basic text that I'm trying to explain here. And also founder of the Gelugpa traditions, which is like Kadampa center is associated with Gelugpa traditions. So this three statue does not symbolize Manjushri Chenresi Bhajarpani. Okay, these are not associated with the Manjushri Chenresi Bhajarpani. You see three statues. These are Lama Tsongkhapa. Center was Lama Tsongkhapa. Then his two hard disciples, hard disciples. Manjushri symbolizes wisdom, enlightened wisdom. Chenresi, actually that's like Tibetan name, Chenresi. Manjushri, the Sanskrit name. Chenresi is like Tibetan name is called Avalokiteshvara in Sanskrit. Avalokiteshvara, Sanskrit. Chen is the honorific for I, usually called Mik. That's like casual way to call Mik. Chen, that means an honorific way to call Chen. So at English you don't have to, you just call I, right? English? Yeah, in Tibetan that's honorific. So when you, that's called Chen means honorific of I called Chen. Usually casually you call Mik. Chen Rek Sig means to look. The eye that's wide open looking at the suffering of sentient beings all the time. Chen Re Sig, the meaning, someone who is looking at us with the wide eye opens. Symbolize enlightened compassions. Then Bhajarapani symbolize power. These are three different deities. So okay. So now here continues the Ningje Chetan Gewang. I think this all probably said this before. So anyway, I'm going to repeat this a little bit. Ningje, compassions. One of my friends said compassion is not the best translations. He thought it should be like loving heart. That carries more meaning of the word Ningje, loving heart. Then Ningje Chetan, Gewang Ningje Chetan, Lama Tsongkhapa said, generate compassions, then positive mind will be automatically rise. Positive mindset will rise automatically if you develop compassion. So then, as I said, without knowledge of problem or sufferings, compassion will never be developed. You have to have some understanding of problem, suffering, difficulties. So based on that, then compassion rise, not based on somebody's, not based on success. Compassion only rise if you witness somebody's going through some difficulty, whether there's a mental difficulty, physical difficulty, then you sympathize. What is empathy? Empathy? What is empathy? Empathy?
And you can put yourself in somebody else's place.
Oh, what is the difference between
Their situation.
what is the difference between compassion and empathy?
You have to have empathy first. You have to feel somebody else's discomfort, and then you can develop compassion.
Why empathy is not compassion? Why empathy is not compassion?
Empathy is the capacity to feel or experience, have a sense of what other people are feeling. And compassion is with that empathy, you're moved to take action to relieve that suffering. At least that's from Thupten Jinpa in Stanford.
Yeah, credit go to the Jiva, also blame go to the Jiva. Then how is about universal compassion? Mahakaruna.
To me, compassion, it's a genuine concern for the well-being of other sentient beings.
What is empathy?
And empathy is your ability to feel or, imagine how would it feel to be when somebody else is suffering. So I think one carries concern and the other is, like an ability to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I think there's a difference between empathy and compassion.
Yeah, so both compassion, empathy, both of them feeling. So it's like both of them are mind.
Yeah.
Isn't that mind?
Yeah.
Can be physical body.
I also think that like empathy is the ability to exchange yourself for somebody else. Like you can understand the feeling that a person might be experiencing and the situation that they're in. But then compassion is the decision to extend, and because many people can say, I can empathize with them, but they don't take action or they don't have a mindset that even wishes well or benefit. Because when we extend universal compassion, I don't know everybody. I can't, empathize with all of them, but I can extend from a place where I decide that I want compassion for everyone, and that's an action, a mental and an emotional action. That's just my 2 cents.
When you say action, that means like you have to do something.
Could be wishing you want to be. That's an action.
Here in the West, when you talk about actions, you are talking about verbal, physical, or what else? Oh, you also consider mental is also action too? Oh, that's good news. That's the first time I heard. Last 20 years. Things change. Things change, maybe improving. Oh, yeah.
Geshe?
Yeah.
I think when I think of empathy, I think of, as they've been saying, the ability to resonate with the experience that you think this other person is having. It might be a positive experience. It might be, the person on your sports team just had a success, and so we also feel elated. So I think empathy can be empathizing with someone who's suffering. It can also be empathizing with someone who has just had a great success. But I think compassion is really about the wish that they're not suffering. So it's only on one of those
empathy
ends.
also sometimes refers to the positive things.
I think it could be.
Yeah.
It could be because, like they say, it's the ability to resonate with the emotion of another, even to the level of mirroring.
Empathy also grow on someone's success, based on somebody's success
It
too.
could be. It's, why we love to see the person win at the end of the movie, It's like we can imagine what it's like, and they're having this victory, and it feels good.
Compassion always rise based on knowledge of some kind of problems.
Right.
that whether people are going through. That's the only way the compassion rise.
Right.
That's the only way. Do you agree? Yes. Otherwise, the compassion has definitions. How you define compassion. According to Buddhist philosophy, compassion has definition. That's how we learn what is compassion, what is not compassion. Compassion has definitions. Rangi miyu tu chibi dunga janawe simjala meanness. First you witness someone who's going through difficulties. Then after that, then there's a wish to free that beings from the suffering. That is definition of compassion. So yeah, if the empathy, like if that empathy rises based on someone's success, or then it's clearly different than compassion. And what is sympathy? Sympathy? What is the difference between sympathy, empathy?
You feel sorry for that person.
Sympathy?
Mm-hmm.
You feel sorry.
Yeah.
You don't feel their pain, you just feel sorry. Is that a good thing or bad thing?
It's a little more like pity, I think we've said a lot of times. And
okay, now everybody needs mala. That's what happened in the monastery. How do you saw the monastery monks debating? That's why somebody said, oh, maybe I don't think so. And prove now. Then, or like then you debate. So then, then try to reach.
it's not as
But
much
when you debate, there's one important component of debating. When you debate, your face looks like Rocky Mountain. not even. But your mind has to be like snow mountains, white. The ego or selfish. The mind has to be like snow mountains. So then more likely, So that's how you debate actually. Same kangrila kawas. The mind has to be white as snow mountains. Dong zaril nawas. So the face has to be looks like Rocky Mountains. Looks like kind of. So the appearances and insights are totally different. So then, of course, when you debate, there's a lot of disagreement. So then that's why debate. Then somebody has to explain. Either you could say, "Oh, Lama Tsongkhapa said something," then you are able to quote. If you can't quote, and pretty much everybody knows the material quite well because they study. So you can't just misquote because that's kind of embarrassing. Because somebody will remember which book you are talking about, and if you still how to say resist, so they may going to bring you book in the class. We are not allowed to bring any books in the class. So if you resist, so then somebody says, okay, let's bring the book. So if they bring the books, it is there. So then you are. All this from here to there, all turned into red. So that's all. So then you debate it. So then you could say also, you could like interpret it. Oh, Lama Tsongkhapa doesn't mean like that. It means like that. You can interpret it. Interpret it. Yeah. You can interpret it, but if there's like multiple texts, your assertion or what you're saying is against multiple books, so then no choice. You have to let it go. There's no choice. So then, so the whole idea is to find the right definition that benefits everybody. It's not like, oh, who's winning, who's losing. That's not the point of debate. Point of debate is to find something that makes sense and that's not against any text. So you can explain something. That's like everybody desire to reach to the conclusions. Not like, winning, it's not that important part of the debate. So now, think about difference between compassion, sympathy, empathy. So,
Geshe, I have an analogy. I think, say Susie has a migraine headache, and I've never had a migraine headache, but I feel really bad that she's suffering. That's sympathy. If I've had migraine headaches and I really know what it feels like, That's empathy.
Empathy. Oh,
And then if I say, let me help you find a doctor or help you have a cure, that's compassion.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. Yeah. Mm.
You won.
So anyway, always need to not just accept. No, that's why you debate, not just accept. Even the book, it's been written in the book. You still expect people still expect to debate on the topic, so they make sure that it makes complete sense. Oh, so here Lama Tsongkhapa Nyingje Chetang Gewang Peso, Nyingje Chetang. So now it's good for the sake of knowledge. What is required in order to develop compassion, knowledge, understanding someone else's problems. Without that, compassion is just between lip. That's pretty much it. So then universal compassion, Mahakaruna. That's hard. Why it's hard? Maybe something's lacking. What is lacking? Maybe understanding of nature of suffering doesn't go deep enough. That's why when you look at somebody, you say, oh, that person doesn't deserve compassion. So then, so you might have reason, like educated, well-off, financially well-off, education-wise, or no, that means your understanding of nature of suffering doesn't go deep enough. So therefore, what one needs to do is one needs to read the Four Noble Truths, how the Buddha explains true nature of sufferings. So then based on that, so then read that, educate yourself, and think. No need to accept right away, think, is that true? So then pretty much. Compassion needs foundations, universal compassion, Mahakaruna needs foundations. Without foundations, then it's just a word. So Lama Tsongkhapa here refers to probably any like compassion, of course, then Mahakaruna, so probably the main. If you develop compassion, positive mind will rise automatically, means with very little effort, or positive mind will rise. Nyembo tenda, nyembo ransajis. Nyembo tem is apply antidote. Disturbing thought will disappear right here, right there. Nyembo tenda. Then you're about to get jealous. If you rejoice, jealousy will just disappear right there. If you're about to get angry, if you apply patience, the anger will die down right there. If you become very arrogant, if you think something that you don't know, maybe like building a rocket that goes to the moon. So there are so many things you don't know. So then your arrogance will die down, or right there. Same, so when you get attached to something, then you apply antidote, then attachment will disintegrate or become weaker right there. If you don't apply antidote, then there's any problem that's going to be created by anger, attachment, then you will experience that because you did not apply antidote. Okay. Nyembo tenda nyimo rangsa jis, nyimo afflicted mind. Rangsa means right there. Right there, rangsa jis. De jang nyen ches, the enemies we call as enemy, they also benefited us. De jang nyen che, pen ches, also enemy become friends. They also benefited us. Also the friend become enemies. They also harm us. Friend also harm us. So there's no definite friend or definite enemy. This all happens due to causes and conditions, Or the chela susem chela susem dangsem sulache. So therefore, why you hate? There's not much ground is there, not much ground. If you think very carefully, so then there's deep connections, like connection that you have with your own parents, almost like that connection with every breathing living being. If you think very carefully, think precisely. Don't not example like Geshe. So now, Lama Tsongkhapa, when he summarized, then says the bottom line here is try to avoid the disturbing thought as much as possible. Try to generate positive thought as much as possible. Why? It's good for you. That's all. It's good for you. If you want something good for you, that's good for you. That's why. There's no, in the bottom line, the example like Geshe, the example like, don't know, the example like Geshe this. The bottom line is, try to avoid disturbing thought and try to generate positive thought. Don't harbor evil thought. Why? It's not good for you. That's all. Jula Nusem Machangs, Ju means mind stream. Lama Tsongkhapa said, don't harbor evil thought in your mind stream. Why? It's not good for you. You lose your peace of mind. I just ate it up. Lama Tsongkhapa didn't say I just ate it up based on experience. When you harbor disturbing thought, it's not good for you. How you know? We all know. No need to explain. We all know. You know, I know, everybody knows. No need to explain. When you get jealous, are you happy? Probably not. No need to explain. Based on experience. When you get angry, do you enjoy peace of mind? No. That's why. No good. The Lama Tsongkhapa said, harbor gentle thought, noble thought. What happens? When you think something good, what happens? You feel good. So now you see, every Sunday I say, think something positive. Lama Tsongkhapa saying the same thing. Think something positive. Whatever you're reading, learning, then Lama Tsongkhapa says, think about that. Don't just set aside. When you read, you learn here, may all sentient beings have happiness, cause of happiness. Just also not just say, think. Why? Think. To do same things. Need to think about what you learn, need to think about. And not just think, and think deep. That's meditations. So then that will train your mind. That will change your attitude. That will change your mindset, how you think about others. Simju mindset tool means it will tame. Jiden teme pona teme. So jiden teme like small little things make big deal. Small little things make big deal because of ego, pride, selfish. Small things. How many times you get irritated so easily because we make small things, meaningless things, make it very serious. Little meaningless things we make it very serious. That's why we get irritated. Lama Tsongkhapa said, should not make big deal out of these small nonsense things. putting this here, putting this here. It doesn't matter where you put, like, to hear this. Rely on something, depend on something meaningful, something that's meaningful is good for your internal happiness, good for your internal happiness for your friends. Rely on that, depend on that, that will, then that's good thing. So, jide, jide mi bonasa, choda chumi sambe cheso. Jide sa, jide, jide mi bona. If you don't, even though somebody explains the downside of making small nonsense, little nonsense things, making it serious, that will have negative impact on your life. Somebody explain, even then you don't care much. You still do the same thing. In any case, no matter how many what people say, what the mindfulness says, but you still continues. Everything is based on is your mind. It's your mind. Your world is created by your mind. Your world is created by your mind. Whether it's like your spiritual world, mundane world, all of them created by your mind. Created by your mind. Choda chumi sambe cheso is. Choda chumi sambe cheso is. Choda chumi sambe cheso is. So it's like sambe cheso means your attitude. Your attitude. Your attitude. It's all about your attitude. Whether it's like mundane things in your life or whether it's like spiritual things in your mind, it's all your attitude. Attitude. Sambe cheso. Make sense? Now, same, now appearances, not here, some other text. Now appearances, whether there's good, bad, neutrals, all the appearances in your world. Well, now is the nature of mind. It's nature of mind. It's not nature of your neighbor's mind. Neighbor's mind is nature of your mind. So nature of their mind is empty. There's no shape, no color you can pinpoint. It's like glass. It's like the nature of the glass is something that has ability to reflect things. The same thing, mind has ability to everything that reflect on the mind. So nature of their mind is empty. So anyway, it all comes down to attitude, okay? Choda, chumi, sambe, cheso is. Whether there's a spiritual field, mundane field, it's all based on attitude. Dunzi, dulong, chusu, yutab des. Dunzi means gathering. Gathering, like gathering in the flea market, gathering in the Kadampa center, gathering in the dinner table. Gathering. There's so many gatherings. In the West, there's more gathering. It's a poor country, but there's less gathering. Anyway, so Dunzu means gathering. Dunzu dulong, choso jutab desa. Rala rangi shazetu. Even though you are in the gathering of in the public place, you can still turn that event into something positive. Why? It's all your attitude. It's all your attitude. Or somebody could say, oh, that doesn't look like, because you are in the concert doesn't look like meditation course. It's all about your attitude. Even though it doesn't look like It's all about your attitude. You are maybe thinking something very positive, so may this song create the peace in the world, or you're thinking something positive. This is all attitude. Chöda, chumi, chö, dharma, chumi, non-dharma. How you define is all about your attitude. Sambe cheso, how you, it's all about your attitude. Attitude. No, rang la rangi shatza toji des, rang shatza. So there's so sometimes here, you don't hear self-compassion that much in the Asia. You don't hear this term quite often, self-compassion. Now here, it did mention something here, shatsa, rangi, rang, you. Rangi means you yourself, rangla rangi. Shatsa, Shatsa, so that's like more like Eastern Tibetan dialogue. Shatsa, they frequently also they use in the curriculum. They use it. Shatsa means like almost like sympathy or empathy, or could be compassion. How you say it? Somebody say, "Oh, Shatsa," and somebody talking about something, or that somebody was fall down and like broke the leg. Then somebody say, "Oh, Shatsa," that means like kind of sympathizing or empathize or sympathize or compassion. So then here, self-compassion, that word you don't see in Tibetan. There's no such a word exists in Tibetan language, self-compassion. So I think the reason behind that is compassion, from my point of view, compassion is not different than self-compassion. Compassion is self-compassion. Because compassion is because when you generate compassion, you get benefit. So I don't see compassion different than self-compassion. Because self is the one who's developing compassion, then self does get benefit. So I don't see differences. There might be difference, big difference in English language, but because this question has been raised, people said many times, then I've been thinking. Then finally I realized compassion is self-compassion. There's no difference. It's the same thing, no matter how you say it. So now here, rangi rangla shasa, sympathizing with yourself, empathizing with yourself. Doesn't it make sense? Do I empathize with myself? I sympathize with myself. Do you say that in English? No? Doesn't make sense. No? Then when you are experiencing some problem, what do you say? You say, I have compassion. Don't you say, oh, I sympathize with you? No? Do you ever say, I don't like? I feel sorry for myself. Kind of like two different things. I feel sorry for myself. Why you don't say, I sympathize with myself? Huh?
I don't agree that it doesn't make sense. I think we don't say it that way, but to me it makes sense to sympathize with myself or to empathize with my, to consider myself suffering in the same way as other people are suffering, or if I have a problem that it's not. I look at it in the same way as I would look at someone else's suffering or problem.
Yeah,
so it makes sense. So that's not what people are saying.
Maybe need to start to say.
Yes,
need to start to say.
I think to think that way does make sense.
So
and so it's not that they. I think that's a difference than when you're asked, does it make sense? And people say, no, it doesn't make sense. That's like it's a foreign concept, or it's a misstatement, and that's not true. It's just not the way we usually express it. So
see, like addiction is the very bad disease or problems. Person may be trying so hard, many times fail because of the habit. Then you could say, I sympathize because you are trying so hard, you're still failing, you know. You could say, it's not like, oh, whatever, you know, so it's not like that. So I think it makes sense, Rangi Rangla Shatsa, the word that exists in Tibetan doesn't exist in English. Word that exists in English doesn't exist in Tibetan. That's interesting. Self-compassion doesn't exist in Tibetan. So like, you know, I really sympathize. I sympathize for myself because working so hard and still fail, then I also encourage myself, don't give up. Rangi Rangla Shadze Tuji Debs. Rangi Rangla Shadze Lama Tsongkhapa is begging to do that. Sympathize yourself, empathize with yourself. Lama Tsongkhapa was saying, you know, that means don't be harsh. Don't be harsh. What you get? Nothing. Rangi Rangla. Rangla Rangi. Rang, self. Rangi means yourself. Shatse Tvedebjis. Need to, I say, Tvedeb means, oh, it's okay, don't worry, you know, it's okay, like that. That's called Tvedeb. Tvedeb means, it's okay, you know, don't worry, you know, there will be tomorrow, so don't just, you know, it's not, but no, like that. Tvedeb means like that, it's okay, you know. Yeah, comforting yourself, it's okay, you know, maybe comforting yourself based on the knowledge of karma, comforting yourself based on the knowledge of impermanence, comforting yourself based on Buddha natures, comforting yourself, it's okay, you know, not involved like that. So that's Lama Tsongkhapa says, Rangla, Rangi, Shatse, Tuji Debs. Comfort yourselves with not self-pity, with empathy, sympathy, with empathy, sympathy. So that clearly indicate indirectly being harsh on yourself is not useful. Make sense?
So I just need to hear this again for clarification. So what you're saying is when we have that kind of kindness and gentleness for ourselves, we change our karma?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Then it's like encouraging yourself, you know, So that's important. Rangi Rangla Shatsa, Rangki, Rangla to yourself, Rangla, Rangki. How you say 2 times? You yourself, to yourself. How you say? To your Rangi Rangla. I'm trying to understand how to translate that. I hope the Chugila is watching. Maybe Chugila will help. Rangla, huh? Oh, Rangla means Rang, the self. Rangla means to yourself. Rangki, that's another self. How you say in English word? How you say? No. Huh?
I think we say I'm cutting myself some slack, or I'm having a hard time, but we don't have a lot of ways to say that, do we?
I'm saying to myself.
Oh.
Does it make sense? Yes. I'm saying to myself.
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, it's okay. It's okay. I am empathizing to myself. I'm sympathizing with myself. You know.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, be kind to yourself. Anyway, there should be true self. Yourself to yourself.
I'm sorry. There's this concept of the watcher within, the one that we, like the higher self that watches our like small mind or our smaller self, and where our larger self, the one with the expansive consciousness that is beyond this skin encapsulated thing we are, that is more mindful than we are, that can see, that has the more wisdom. It's the watcher versus...
yeah, we do say in negative way, you know, I feel sorry for myself.
Right.
I pity myself.
But there's also this
so
concept...
I need to transform into something positive.
Yes, and there's also this concept of there is within us a wisdom that is watching us with kinder, wiser eyes than
True
the
nature,
discursive mind that is thrashing about in it all.
Exactly, true
Okay.
nature, true nature,
Yeah,
true
that's
nature, true nature. You know, Buddha nature, Buddha nature. You could say, you said it very well. The higher self. That's called Buddha nature. You know, it's like diamond under the dirt. What you see is dirt. What other people see is dirt. Nobody sees diamond. Doesn't mean there's no diamond. There is diamond. Somebody has to discover. Somebody has to clear the dirt. Or maybe the diamond is wrapped around in like dirty cloth. What you see is dirty cloth. That's all you see. What other people see is dirty cloth. But inside, there's diamond. Nobody sees. In order to see the diamond, somebody has to uncover the cloth. Then there's diamond. So that diamond covering by dirty cloth doesn't change the nature of diamond. Diamond is diamond. It doesn't matter. You could hide under the dirt. It's not going to change. You can wrap around the dirty cloth. Nature is not going to change. So Buddha nature, higher. This is very important. I think especially in the West, very important. Like self-hatred. What doesn't exist in Tibetan language? Self-hatred. Rangla rangi shatsa. Rangi rangla shatsa. That's how you say in Tibetan. Shatsa or rangi rangla shatsa tuedebji. Tuedebji means like kind of like advising yourself.
Geshe, I think in our culture, often when we think of, treating ourselves or being kind to ourselves, but that's not often associated with accessing a higher power. Whereas I believe that the more we are kind to ourselves and have compassion for ourselves, the easier it is for us to access our Buddha nature.
Yeah, so of course, if you can comfort yourself, how you going to access Buddha nature? Yeah, how you can access the higher state? That's impossible. So this is a word is very important. Rangla, rangi, shatsa. Rangla, rangi, shatsa. You feel sympathize. You feel empathy towards yourself. Rangla, rangi, shatsa. Chedeb, jizo. That continues. Kanje, kala, nande, nagoshes. Kanje, kala. Positive actions, result will be positive. Negative actions, result will be negative. Kante kala nande nagoshe. Pende delas. Helping yourself, helping others, result will be something positive. Harming yourself, harming others, result will be something negative. Pende dela nunje duwa sungje. Shedan tola, nyenda pamata, shedan tola, nyenda pamatara sheda tola nyenda pamatara sheda tola nyenda pamatara. Need to develop connections with others, like friendship, almost like friendship connections with others, like connection between your parents, like that kind of connections. If you can develop that towards others, you will get benefit. Shenla tintu penna rangla pens. Even you are benefiting temporarily someone, if you are benefiting temporarily someone, actually is benefiting yourself, is helping yourself, believe it or not. Lama shenla tintu little bit, so like what the Mother Teresa said, ek, there's a Hindi language, ek means one by one. I think she was in Yugoslavia, then asking the authority to give her permit that she could go in the war zone, rescue people. They said, no, it's impossible. There are so many of them. What she said, one by one. One by one. She's not thinking to rescue all of them. Her goal is to even just rescue one person. That is more than enough. She said that's exactly what happened in her charity work Back in India, Calcutta, her missions there, there are probably in there many hundreds of people. She did not rescue hundreds of them one time. She rescued them one by one. That's her mentality. Oh, 10 means little bit here, there, little bit here, there. Oh. Shiela, 10 pena, even you are benefiting little bit here, there, 10 pena, rala pens. It will benefit you. Oh, continues, okay? Shende tsangzik sebe, nusimdi, shende tsangzik sebe, tsangzik sebe, nusimdi. Burning other person's happiness, like burning wood. When it's fire, you burn the wood. Burning other people's happiness. Shende tsangzik sebe, nusimdi. Evil mind that burns other people's happiness. Shende tsangzik sebe, nusimdi, digdip, jiji, digdip, jinjin, sobe, shongboy, digdip, jinjin, sobe, shongboy is. That mind is, this evil mind is like almost like container that accumulates so many negative things. Something like containers, they accumulate so many negative things. That evil mind is like that, collects so many junk, like almost like that. Shende tsangsi sebe, nusim de dig jinji, so be shongboy, dig deep is, that is like, that evil mind is like the container that collects all these negative actions, kind of collects, So then who's going to experience the result? You. Nobody going. It's not going to. Your house is not going to share the result. Your bed is not going to share the result. So you are the one who probably experience the result. So then talking about the result, there are every action has two results. One, experiencing, that you experience result similar to the cause. Say, lying or like cheating, then you will be cheated. This experience is result relatively lighter, then there's another one, then you repeat. You cheat all the time, you cheat again. So every action is true result, or for the sake of knowledge. It's not here, but when you look at Lamrim teaching. Then there's the teme didi sobo rindu pongs. Then Lama Tsongkhapa said, don't create negative action for no good reason. Not good reason. For most of the time, there's not really good reason. The most of the time, there is no good reason. So that's what it means, like, for example, there's like 500 merchants went to the oceans to collect the precious stone. Within that merchant, there's one merchant, short, kind of dark-skinned, short one, and one of the merchant probably one of the merchants is like the probably one that's anywhere. So they went to the oceans, they collect the precious stones. So now they're coming back to the town. So one of them thinking to kill all the people in that boat, and he can have all the precious stone. So then one person realized that, so one person took that person's life. Reason, not because that person who took that short person's life, that person, there's no reasons to take all the jewels, all the precious stone. That's not his reason. His reason is he's thinking that he is about to create this heinous karma, killing all these 500 people, and protect him to create that much negative karma. So then the person who took his life, sacrificed himself. So he said, okay, if I have to experience the results, so willingly do so to protect him and protect 500 people's life. Does that make sense? Yes. So then because of that intentions, that person did not experience the result of that actions.
So So because his intention, even though he was killing, but his intention was to save, like the end result was positive, and he also sacrificed the possibility of future good karma for himself.
Probably sacrifice because taking life is not good things.
But still, he saved a life. He saved many lives.
Many lives, and also saved the person to also create.
And he saved the karma that person, that potential killer would have gotten.
Yeah,
But isn't that like, that is a huge act. That's a huge act I would think that he would be okay.
Yeah. He never experienced.
Okay, am I?
Yeah. You are right.
Okay.
You are right. He's okay.
All right, but because he took the hit basically in a couple of different ways. You know what I mean? So he should be okay, right?
He never experienced the result because of
the negative.
Because of his primary intentions.
Yeah.
He's not thinking about the precious stone. He's just worried about that 500 people are going to lose their life, plus that person is going to create huge negative karma for not good reason. So that's why he decided to take one person's life in order to save 500 person's life, and to save him to create negative karma. So that is kind of exceptional, So like sometimes you do create, far as action is concerned, so then act is like taking life. Generally speaking, is not something advisable, but that moment, that kind of circumstance, negative actions created by positive mindset, whether they make sense or not. Teme digdi songba ring do pongs. Say ring do pong means not just today. Think about till I reach enlightenment, I'm not going to do these negative things, for no good reason. And here, he has good reason. Even though he created negative actions, he has good reason. Teme. So maybe that's why that's why Lama said teme means no reason. Sometimes there is reason. Sometimes there's reason. But primary intention is not anger, it's not attachment, it's simply it's positive mindset. Only there's primary intention. Any actions, there's a primary intentions, and the intentions time of actions. So that person may not have primary intention to. Maybe so it's hard. We don't go there. It's quite maybe it's headache. It's more headache. So there's intentions. The beginning, there's intentions, primary intentions, the intentions, time of actions. That's quite subtle. Intention, time of action is quite subtle. So the teme, without reason, don't create negative actions. Not just today, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Chunze, dukze, namla muküjes, chunze. Practice dharma, chunze, dukze namla muküjes. Chunze, dukze namla muküjes, chunze, dukze amsa do. Chunze, practicing dharma, dukze, I'm not sure. Dukze. I have to check this out, so I don't understand the word. I don't understand this word dukze. Muküje means show respect. Show respect means actually showing respect to everybody, not just divine beings. Showing respect to any living beings is a good thing. So you remember what Shantideva said in the Guide to Buddha's Life? Simjen namda jawale sanje chudu dawala. Simjen namda jawala sanje dawala. You will reach enlightenment. equally based on enlightened beings and sentient beings. Then you show respect to enlightened beings, but you don't show respect to sentient beings. And then Shantideva said, I don't understand what is that. Because your enlightenment is equally dependent on sentient beings, enlightened beings. And you show respect to enlightened beings, and you show don't respect to sentient beings. And Shantideva says, what is that? No, he don't understand. Jala Kushi Tesho Simjala Michi, so what kind of behavior what kind of behavior is that? Make sense? Oh, God is the way of life, okay? Same thing. So now continues, okay, then the Simjin Duse Namla Chambagums, Duse, okay, now I understand. Duse, okay, this I understand this word now. Chudze, somebody who's doing good things, practicing Dharma, you could say practicing Dharma, practicing compassion, practicing loving kindness. This is a good person. Somebody is not practicing Dharma, somebody is not being kind, somebody is not being nice, and you look down on them. Lama Tsongkhapa said, don't do that. Respect equally. Kind people, unkind people, respect equally. No, even. Whenever you see like somebody is like poisoned by anger, pride, attachment, jealousy, need to meditate on loving kindness. That should be the response. Response should not be anger, then both will get burned. There's only one fire, then you add more fire, then the result will be everybody will get burned. So when there's fire, need to put water, not put kerosene. If you put more kerosene, then the fire will get bigger. That's exactly what it means. That's the response should be loving kindness. Tongze dewa chu chabrasam. Tongze, every breathing living being you see, then you just wish them happiness. That's the kind of attitude that brings happiness. That's what kind of attitude people should have. You see, doesn't matter Tibetan, American, Asian, Buddhist, not Buddhist, believer, not believer, atheist, doesn't matter. We just wish them happiness. Simje wala tongze dewa chu chambasims. Toga jebe chola tojuches, toga jebe chola tojuches. Toga sa jebe chola tojuches. Any practice that brings you joy, so then think more about that practice. Any form of practice that brings you more joy, so then think about those practices again. Think not just again, and think deeply. So then analyze why it's bringing happiness. Analyze it. Now continues. Maybe one more class, then that's part going to finish. Now, yeah, almost finished. Continue. Zombe temu sikdu debjoja. Zombe temu means like I say, temu is like more like entertainment. Entertainment can be like concert, can be like music festival. What do you call those things? Demo doesn't really, demo not necessarily means musical event. Demo could mean horse racing. Horse racing could be like, I say, like could be like fair, could be like outdoor market, could be like like music, could be like football, could be like anything. Demo. This all falls under the category of demo means, I think, entertainment, probably. Entertainment, Fun, okay, fun or entertainment, yeah, fun, yeah, maybe fun, yeah. Demo, yeah. Demo, Zombe temosa. Zom means writing, when you write a book. So fun of writing book, Lama Tsongkhapa is the fun of writing book, or entertainment of writing book. Temu zombe temu sikdu debjejars. You see how the word has been written. That's entertainment. How the message has been worded. No, so that's entertainment. That makes people more. It's like very enjoyable reading. You enjoy reading because it's the worded very nicely in poem, poetry way. So that is the entertainment of writing book. That's the entertainment or fun. Zombe temu now is text is finishing. That's why. Zombe temu tsigi dejo jaje. Tede yila cheche chedidu. Tede yila chedidu. Tede yila cheche chedidu. So the fun or enjoyment when you read that word, then you see how it's worded. The very poetry way. Tede yila cheche chedidu. Tede yila cheche chedidu. If somebody has encouragement to change their mind, their attitude, so then this is the teachings. This is the teaching. So there do nyamdo samne chuji gadinte. So with that kind of mindset, then just happy. Happy. When you read, just to be happy. Or nyamdo san chuji gadinte. Sawa dini nyanga kode, sawa dini nyanga kode. So this is kind of poem, but easy to understand. Some poems very difficult to understand. This poem is very easy to understand. That's why it's called poem, because people like to read poem. So for Lama Tsongkhapa, this is poem. This is a poem, So it's not like a poem that talks about the flower, as people call poem. That's not really poem. This is the true poem. Tsawa dini nyanga kode dreba sungrab druju kunayi, sungrab druju, dreba sungrab druju kunayi. So dreba commentaries. Commentary is sungrab druju kunayi. So commentary is coming from the Buddha's teachings. Look at the word, you will see the entertainment. Lama Tsongkhapa said, look at the word, you will see the fun or entertainment of writing this book. Think about the meaning. It shows that author has been practicing a long period of time. When you think about the meaning, that meaning shows that author is not just thinking about money or fame, just thinking about true practice. This is like the kind of like sums up all these many teachings, kind of sums up in here. Mi rigi says, Lama Tsongkhapa wrote this for humans to look, to see. Because of course others, they can learn. Human can read and learn. Leshe Tönsim Jede Checherpe, Leshe Tönsim Jede Checherpe. So that's the result of Lama Tsongkhapa's at the beginning study in the middle, then thought about what he studied, then so then in the end, day and night, and try to put into practice day and night. That kind of sums up Lama Tsongkhapa biography or life stories. In the beginning, Lama Tsongkhapa has 108 master teachers, learned from all different traditions, learn. In the middle, and thought about what he learned, thought. So then in the middle, and he think, then everything becomes quintessential instructions to change his mind. Everything he learned. Then, after when everything he learns becomes the quintessential instruction for him to change or achieve higher state of enlightenment, so then the end, then he practices day and night. So that is kind of sums up Lama Tsongkhapa's life stories. That is Lama Tsongkhapa's life story. But not here, but some other text. Then he dedicated that for well-being of all mother sentient beings. Then he spread the Dharma every corner of the world. He dedicated. That's kind of Lama Tsongkhapa's life, kind of like life story summarized into three lines. Only one stanza. Lama Tsongkhapa's life story sums up in the one stanza. Maybe one half class. Half Wednesday class, not full, half. So this now time is over, so I'll stop here because you have to go to work tomorrow. So next Wednesday, half class. Half class, then more 21 Tara presses. Okay. Finish, or maybe beginning, do maybe like 4, 5, 21 Tara presses, then half. Then that's going to be half class. Half 21 Tara presses, half class. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Next topic. Next Wednesday, next topic. Or one Wednesday break. One Wednesday break, then after that start new topic. Next Wednesday, or maybe all the break now.
I guess you'll be done in November. Let's see, no break.
Two more Wednesdays?
We have how many Wednesdays?
So after next Wednesday, there's 2 more Wednesdays.
No break, sorry. Oh, yeah.
3 Wednesdays left.
Yeah, 3 Wednesdays left.
3 Wednesdays left before
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, yeah. So next Wednesday half class. So after that, I'm not sure what topic. So this text is finished now. So people did vote it on the topic, right? So you have the topic?
No. With me.
Yeah, maybe Donasi will announce through the email. Okay. Next, yeah. Or break. If nobody remembers, then there's automatically break. Yeah, lovely. Dedication.
Let's see. I'll turn to page 263. And we'll read the final Lamrim dedication. From my 2 collections, vast as space, that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of completed graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkest from minds all beings. For the points of the path as I have discerned them, I follow Buddha's teachings for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion. In whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness today. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded path to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may he always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Now turn to page 244 and 245 for the long life prayers. Karira we korwe shinkamde, pendande wa malu shunwene, chenre sigwan tenzin gyatsoi, shape site bardu tengyu chik, jonu iya nalan wa jotu, awatare tsembara zopa, losange wede ton le persho, shaso gengyo lama sowade. Tupsul chanjin jangun gewe, tenzin kyom pewe, kunzer do podze, josum kurwele mun tudu, padok sok duje, kundu japten sho. Om taritu re soha, 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 Om taritu re soha. Om taritu re soha.